Alright, today we're changing the tailgate latch and actuator on a 2016 Kia Sorento. There's not much to it. You got two 12mm headed bolts right there. You have 4 nuts that hold this section down. This is the way it looks when it's out of the vehicle. Not a big deal to it. The only real problem with doing this is having enough finger strength to depress that lock right there so you can pull the wires off, but it's not a big deal. Just got to take your time and use enough force. Just don't break anything. And other than that, I'm fixing to put the cover back on, and I'll show you a few little tricks about that. When you go them back together, you got to make sure you get all the little clips out of the door or the tailgate. Hopefully it'll come out okay. And of course one of the sides broke off. They always do. Let's see, we've got one over here too. Slide those back in there. Make sure everything else is in place. You got to make sure you pull the wires through and go over the latch assembly. Then everything should pretty much line up. When you feel like it does, just go around the perimeter where those clips were and tap it all in place. The next thing we got to do is round the screws up. We got one hidden screw here, and I say it's hidden because the panel's already off that covers it up. Snug that up. Turn around and catch this one. Now we got these panels, they've got their locks in them. You got to wiggle, let's see, how's this go? You got to slide it up over it. Get the clip in there. And find the right angle dangle. Get a flashlight here. You got to get that clip started. You have to take it back loose and get a different angle on it. What do we got to do different there? Okay, you got to get that clip lined up first and then slide it up. You've got a little hidden screw here. We're going to try and do the same thing to the other side. Got to halfway line that push pin up with the hole. It's lined up. Pop it in place. Pop that one in place. Then look for the other screw we dropped earlier. Got that hidden screw right there. That'll drop the screwdriver. All the clips are in this panel, so there should be no big deal. Slide it on the under edge. Snap it in place. Now we got to get this handle back on. Get them good and snug so they don't pop off. Got 2 plastic covers to go over it. Now we've got one right here. There's that. And this access panel, you can come in here and change bulbs out if you ever need to without pulling the whole tailgate cover off. There's that. Now this is the cover. This is the cover for the emergency release. There's an emergency release on the inside of the hatch. You take this cover off that has a little picture of the car with the tailgate up, and you push this over from the inside. That way you can open the door in case something's really wrong and you need to get in there. But you got to be small and agile enough to get in there and lay across seats and all that good stuff. There's the other one. I couldn't find it for a second. There's that. There's a push pin retainer. It originally had what looks like a Phillips in it. You just got to try and turn it and get a fingernail or something underneath it and lift it up while you're turning it. And because that screw spreads this out and locks it in, when you're putting it back in, you got to stick one edge in and kind of roll it around and then push that in. Now the last thing is putting the power switch in. Well, the problem we had was the power lift wouldn't work. It would come up about this far and stop. And what we had to do to reset it was we had to hold this button for about 3 to 5 seconds. Did you hear that double beep? That sets the height. So let's try this again. I'm going to bring it back down. Hopefully it's got a position sensor built into it. We're going to press it again. All right, now it's set at that height. In theory, we go ahead and open it back up, it's going to stop where we just had it at. See? And that's the new height, which is fine if you're about this tall. But if you're taller than this, you're going to want it to go up higher. Got to play with it now to get it readjusted. Okay, we're going to bring it on up to where we want it, which is fully extended. Now we're going to press and hold it. And now it's reset at that height. So we can hit the button. And it comes down just like it's supposed to. And goes back up like it's supposed to, making everybody happy, especially the man footing the bill, because we thought we were going to have to replace these power lifts. Now we don't have to. So now, for just the price of this fine Amazon supplied part, genuine Kia by the way, we had the tailgate opening and closing. And the basic diagnosis of this thing was you could hit the button. Let me show you. If you'll notice, when I hit the button, you'll see these lights come on and you hear a beep, and that means that this switch is working. But you didn't hear the motors down in here move or the latch release. So we were pretty sure that all we needed was this part right here, and that the basic system in this switch was still functioning. But pan over those lights, I'm going to hit the button and see. If you get that and it doesn't open up, then 9 chances out of 10 is going to be this actuator. And now she doesn't have to crawl over the seats to open the tailgate anymore. Happy wife, happy life.